up? I'm gonna head to the gym really quickly. And a couple of things came to mind for me today since I got home. I was traveling for a bit. Something that occurred to me while I was away from home for a while was that I'd gotten a little bit soft. If you didn't already know, I had gone on a bit of a cut for the weekend, so kind of cycling between bulking and cutting from the winter to the summer. And basically, I cut down, and I was feeling amazing. I cut down from around 198 to 185. I felt amazing at 185. I was like super lean. I felt super defined. But, well, this isn't a negative thing, but I had gone on vacation for basically probably the first time in my life, in my adult life, that I had gone on vacation. And obviously on vacation, I didn't really get the chance to work out as much. So I feel like I lost it a little bit. And if you know what it's like, anyone who's a natural, if you're getting started with working out, the one thing I have to warn you about is that you're not going to be at the peak of your strength all the time. Literally, the day before I left for vacation, I had finished up a strength program. It's the strongest I'd ever been in my life, right? I finished off a deadlift PR. It was like a rep PR of 395 for 11 reps. I was on top of the world, right? I had done a squat PR before that. Did the best I've ever done on bench as well. So I felt amazing. I came back from 2 weeks worth of vacation, and literally one 5x5 on 315 squat took me out for 3 days, basically. And that really discouraged me a little bit, because I wasn't at the peak of my strength that I thought I was. If I tried to do like anything even close to that deadlift PR that I'd done earlier last month, I wouldn't get close to it, honestly. But that's one of the things you have to accept, is that your body is not going to be at its top game all of the time. And that's something you have to accept. Don't expect to continuously, week after week, get stronger and stronger and stronger, because that's very unrealistic, especially if you're a natural lifter, which, I guess if you're a teenager or anyone, really getting into lifting, I think you should start off as a natural. I think that goes without saying. But keep in mind that when you are natural and training as such, if you take, say, a week off of training, because I was at that point, but before I had gone on vacation, I was at the point where I was training essentially every day. Every single day I was training. And maybe I'd take an off day here or there, but I was training essentially every single day, doing like basically strength training prep, because for those of you who don't know, I do plan to do my first powerlifting meet either at the end of this year or just at the beginning of next year. And by the end of this year, I do want to hit a 500 deadlift. That is my goals that I have set in stone right now. But taking just a week off of training, if your body has become accustomed to that 5 to 7 days a week cycle, will set you back at least 2 to 3 weeks. And taking 2 weeks off is going to set you back maybe a month. And that really had me down earlier, because I was basically looking at myself, looking at my body, looking at my physique, and I did not feel like I was at the same point that I was before I went on vacation, which I found really discouraging. But you need to realize that that's just part of life, right? You're not going to be on your A game, but you can damn sure prepare to be on your A game as often as possible by just taking the necessary steps. I'm a huge proponent of just getting enough sleep throughout the day, throughout any sort of person who thinks that they don't need to sleep, that they do fine off of 5 hours of sleep, you're delusional. Okay? I hear people all the time talking about, oh, you're putting soy sauce on your food. Soy, that kills your test, bro. Why would you take that? It's like, you getting 5 hours of sleep is doing infinitely worse to your health than flavoring your food a little bit. Dang. So I really recommend to anyone watching this right now, if you're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night, reevaluate how you live your schedule. Maybe take an extra hour off your phone before you go to sleep. Maybe take an extra hour off your video games before you go to sleep. You'll find that extra hour, and this is something that I'm preaching, but like I end up, messing up myself, is that final hours to 2 hours when you come home from school or work, in my case work, you end up wasting it. Especially for someone who struggles sleeping, you're gonna end up wasting that time. And you need to train yourself to be disciplined enough to not waste that time if you actually want to get enough sleep. I'm telling you guys, if I was a person who had perfect sleep, who could like sleep just on a dime like that, I'd be unstoppable. And that sounds like an excuse, but I've struggled with bad sleep my entire life. And I envy people who can, sleep anywhere, or like people who can fall asleep on airplanes. I envy you. People who can fall asleep in the car, I envy you. Can fall asleep anywhere that's not their own house in perfectly ideal conditions with the AC set to 67 degrees. I envy your ability to sleep anywhere. Like, that's actually amazing to me. But if you are someone like me who is a rough sleeper, I don't know, like, play your hand to the best that you can. Give yourself as many advantages as possible. Otherwise, you're gonna get screwed over. One thing that I do for myself that actually has helped me sleep, which some people recommend not to do, is to use supplements to help me sleep. That being melatonin. One that I really like to use is Gorilla Mind's Gorilla Dream, I think it's called. And I use I'll probably take like a tablet of that. And it really does help me like wind down and relax. Because at the end of the day, if sleep wasn't a natural thing that humans did, it'd be a banned substance. It'd be a performance-enhancing drug from how effective it is at just making you overall better at everything. So for today, I'm gonna try to look a little less softer, hit some abs, maybe start working my legs a bit. I'm gonna probably hit some rear delts as well. My shoulders, I feel like they've dropped in size since I started the strength program. And if all goes well within the next week, I'll hop on another strength program. It's gonna be a 5-week Candido program. That I'm gonna be very honest, that first Candido program that I did absolutely blew up my strength in a way that I didn't think was possible. So I would highly recommend, if you're going into the gym without a plan, like me today, follow any program. Anyone who's like a coach or power or lifter or bodybuilder who's been doing it for years and has like some knowledge of how to build a program, they know more than you do. So follow one that you like and see your progress go up. Because within your first 1 to 3 years of lifting, like I'm kind of in myself, you need to have some sort of change in the usual routine. If you don't change up your routine and keep just doing the same workouts with the same intensity, you will not grow, you will plateau, your strength will not go up, you will not get bigger. And that's discouraging. It's what causes people to quit. It's what causes people to give up and just say, you know what, if this is working out for me, I'll just eat whatever I want, because it's not like I'm gonna get bigger if I try harder anyways. You can. You just need to do new stuff. Don't be afraid of change. Change is what you're looking for, Rant over. Let's go lift.
Huh?
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
That was a fun little workout. A nice little shoulder pump going here. I think one of my weakest points being growing up as a pencil neck nerd is my neck and trap region. So I'm gonna try to build that up over the course of the next few months. But without much further ado, I do want to address why I haven't been making YouTube videos, obviously, for the longest time. And part of it is realistic, and the other part of it is an excuse. So, for those of you who do not know, last October, I was literally working at a butcher shop. I'm currently now working sales in a much better environment. I've been granted an amazing opportunity that has put me in a better position than I can say I've ever been in terms of stability. That being said though, it has had its trade-off with taking up a lot of my time. That's how full-time jobs work. This means that I've still been able to do my workouts and stuff, but I kind of lost that steam and that passion to continue making YouTube videos, because, you know, making YouTube videos, tapping into like your creative side when you've been working all day is kind of challenging. So I've just been not doing that pretty much. But a very, very good friend told me something that I needed to hear. And by the way, there's something important that you need to know about friends, all right? The best friend, a good friend will be on your side. a really good friend will be on your side even when you're down, and the best, greatest friends you'll ever meet will tell you will be on your side. They'll be on your side when you win. They'll support you when you fail. And they'll also tell you what you need to hear when you're doing something wrong. And one of my greatest friends, his name is Carlos. He runs a little channel called Coast. He told me that the amount of momentum I had been building up over the course of last year with a couple of really viral videos and gaining essentially thousands of subscribers, having the algorithm on my side, I was an idiot for letting that go. And I really needed to hear that, because thinking back on it, I really did. No, not everybody is lucky enough in their first 8-9 months of YouTube to have 2 videos break over 100,000 views, for example. Barely anyone who's making fitness content ever makes it out of the first 100 subscribers. So me being able to do that, I was afforded a very lucky opportunity, and I kind of just let it slip. And he kind of just really got it into me that this isn't something I should let go of so easily, you know? I think Carlos always mentions this one thing in particular, that if you grind, if you lock in on one thing for a year and really genuinely pour your life into it, there is no possible way that you'll have zero success in it. You'll at least have a little bit. If I continue to grind and lock in on YouTube and continue that creative spark that I know I have in me, that I've been able to tap into before, I'll be able to achieve my dreams, and I'll be able to inform and entertain a massive amount of young men. I've recently got a DM from a subscriber. I've recently gotten a DM from one of my followers, and he had actually messaged me a while back asking me about, just general self-improvement stuff. And he got back to me really recently while I was away on a trip, about a few days ago. And he said, hey, man, he was basically just along the line saying, hey, I really appreciate all the stuff you've taught me. I'm in a much better place now. And I have to be honest, just seeing that, someone as average as me, being able to have that sort of influence on someone, I personally couldn't believe it, but me being able to influence someone to turn their life around, that means a lot. That really hit me, dude. So if I can do that just for one person, imagine if I continued for a year and did it to 10, 100, 100,000, 1 million people, continue to, follow my journey, their own journey. Just lock in on life, bro. Honestly. And the good thing is, I know I won't be every single run-of-the-mill fitness YouTube influencer, because I see a lot of people. One thing that I am good, I'll be honest about this. One thing I am good at is catching trends. And the problem with following a trend to the letter is that if you don't have your own creative spin on whatever it is that you want to do, you're just going to seem like a copycat. Obviously, the formula for most gym videos. There's commentary, the lifting part, some funny edits in between, and then commentary at the end of whatever, vlog stuff they did at the end of the day. If you want to do that, do your own creative spin on it. I know I'm probably a little hypocritical right now, but inform people, give your own opinions. I have a lot of opinions that completely are in disagreement with what I would say is the majority of the men's self-improvement sphere, and I'm gonna express those opinions and I'm gonna say them, and people are gonna disagree with me. So I think what you should do if you really want to get good, if you really want to stand out, is stand up for your opinions, whatever you believe in, and put your own creative spin on what's already popping. So that's what I'm going to plan to do. I don't know about you. If you do want to follow my journey, you can do that by, you know, liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know how you've been doing. If you're a returning subscriber watching the channel, I don't even know what you're doing here, dude. Like, did you have post notifications on? That's kind of crazy that you still have my post notifications on. It means a lot to me. But yeah, let me know how things have been for you in particular, and I'll read through your comments and I'll respond to you. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I have it in my head now that every time I work out, I'm gonna get at least one piece of just at least one clip of content, so that I won't ever be lacking in the content department. So I'll either be posting on YouTube. I know I take a little bit more time on my YouTube videos to edit. That's just the nature of how my brain works. But I'll probably put out a YouTube video as often as my schedule allows. But I'll be able to post a lot more often on my Instagram. If you want to go on my Instagram, my main page is GregGuy98. And my lifting page, if you want to see all my lifting content, is Greg Lifts Less. Everything is going to be linked down below in the description. Let's push some motion, guys. I want to be in a different situation than I'm in a different situation now than I was last year at this very point. And I want to be in, you know, even triple better of a situation than I was today, this coming year. So let's push. And remember, I'm not going to say it.